I can't wait to bring to the stage Christina Connors. In 2024, Christina launched a new soul song productions, blending entertainment and wellness to support children and families. She performs as a keynote singer. See all these interesting twists we have? A keynote singer, and creates musical meditations, which is great because I missed my meditation group this morning because I was on my way here. So I'm going to get a little zen while I hear you, Christina. Her 2023 YouTube series, Christina's Cottage, helps preschoolers build emotional regulation and resilience through fun, animated content. Help me welcome Christina.
Hello, thank you so much for having me. I am Christina Connors. So I would like for you all to take the 1972 silver dollar out of your pocket or purse and hand it to the person closest to you. Exactly. We cannot give what we do not have. And that includes kindness, compassion, and unconditional love. We can't parent and guide the young children of the next generation with kindness, compassion, and resilience if we do not embody those qualities ourselves, because they look to us to model it. We also cannot discover what it is for us to do to create a better world, a healthier planet, if we are disconnected from our own well-being. So it is for us to finally end the cycle of disconnection, judgment, and we need to really just learn how to heal so that we can steward the next generation. It's not easy, and it's not really about being a perfect person. It's really actually about embodying our humanity, right? It's about really loving every part of you. And that's really what the journey is about. That's actually all of our lives' journey, and it doesn't really end, does it? What helps me really persevere when things are hard is I ask myself a question. Who do I love so much I am willing to grow for? And for me, immediately, I think of my grandnephew. The moment my niece told us that she was pregnant, our family was just in such great joy because we lost my brother 6 years ago. And to know that I can be a part of raising his grandkids and making a better tomorrow for them, that's what drives me. So let me ask you, who do you love so much that you are willing to grow for? So about 15 years ago, my entire world fell apart. I was in my mid-30s, and I was living in a third-floor walk-up in Brooklyn with my best friend from college, and we're both aspiring singers. And we were doing the Broadway dream, pursuing the Broadway, hustle, 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 audition. And this one particular evening, I fell flat on my face. I was exhausted. And I did what I always do when I'm at a loss for words, is I really actually turn to music. Here we are, you and I at last, in the right place at the right time. Every dream I've dreamed has come to pass, 'cause you're right here and you're all mine. I can't believe the years of holding back are through, and I can finally share what's in my heart with you. Listen, listen, listen. Listen to my heart, listen to it sing, listen to my voice, it wants to tell you everything. There's so much to say, I don't know where to start, but if you want to know the love I'm feeling, listen to my heart. I had never heard that song before. It was a song called Listen to My Heart by a composer named David Friedman. And from that moment, the Broadway dream and hustle completely vanished. And my focus was to meet this Broadway Disney composer. So for those of you who might not know who David Friedman is, David Friedman, let's say, is equivalent to like a college football player aspiring to meet Tom Brady. And that's what David Friedman was for me. And so I was listening to my heart. I thought, oh my gosh, this pinged my soul. So my heart is almost like my heart was like pulling me toward it. And that new dream was born. And I thought, wow, you know, listening to my heart, smooth sailing from this point on. Well, that's not true. So that was when my entire life fell apart. I ran out of money. I was completely broke. And I was forced to actually move out of New York, let go of my dream to meet David Friedman, and move back to Connecticut and focus on my massage therapy practice, which I was doing before then. I was heartbroken, truly, truly heartbroken. But I didn't really lose the dream. And so I don't know if you noticed, I am carrying a backpack. Does anyone want to know what's inside this backpack? All righty. All right, so this backpack was a parting gift from my heart when I moved from New York City. And it carries 3 gifts. 3 gifts disguised as troubles. But in hindsight, they were exactly what I needed to be the thoughtful leader that I am today. And I'm going to share them with you in hopes that it might help you on your path. First gift, limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are thoughts or assumptions, often formed in childhood, that restrict us from what's possible. Second gift, unprocessed emotions. Until we face our pain, it will quietly shape our choices and keep us trapped in unhealthy patterns. There's one more in here. Okay, third gift, unforgiveness. When we forgive our past, including ourselves, it helps us finally find inner peace and reclaim our power. So for me, when I moved from New York City, my limiting belief was, I am a nobody if I'm not a singer on Broadway. That's who I am. That's who I identify. If I'm not a singer on Broadway, who I am, I'm a nothing. The unprocessed emotions that I felt. See, what happens is if you're hustling and hustling, once you stop hustling, everything bubbles up. I think I cried for about 3 weeks straight. But I realized that I was crying for that little girl inside me who had been holding so much pain. And it was a gift, because then she was finally able to release. Unforgiveness. I needed to forgive myself for giving up and letting go of a dream that I held so close to my heart. I really felt like I let myself down. I really did. So I want to ask you, either close your eyes or maybe lower your gaze a little bit and reflect on these 3 qualities, 3 gifts. So limiting beliefs. Are there any limiting beliefs maybe that you're holding? Maybe I'm not enough. That's a popular one. Or who am I? I'm too old to have a better life or create a new dream, or I'm not pretty enough, or whatever it is. How about unprocessed emotions? So this one, I'm just going to say that from this moment on, if you ever feel emotions bubbling up, I want you to just let them and just nurture them like you would an inner child. And from now on, just love and have compassion for that little girl or boy inside of you. And the third one is forgiveness. Is there anyone in your past, including yourself, that you still need to forgive? It's a big one. And it doesn't necessarily mean that what they did was right, but it will liberate you. So about 3 months after holding these gifts tightly, I really learned to love my life in Connecticut. I was massaging young parents, and they were so stressed and disconnected from themselves, and it brought such joy to me knowing that they were going home to their little children after being nurtured by me, and knowing that I made a difference, because I chose not to be a parent in this lifetime, and it was really my contribution to the next generation to nurture the parents who, it's not easy to be a parent. And it felt amazing. It really, really did. And so little ones, they mirror who we really are, the childlike wonder and the innocence that is really who we are before we all adopted our backpacks through our lives. So my mom called me one day and she says, "Hey, Christina, you're doing amazing, you know? Why don't you go find that spiritual center that was down the street there? You need to find some like-minded people." So I listened. I often listen to my mom because she knows me quite well. So that following Sunday, I walk up the stairs of the Ford dealership. Yes, it was a little room above the Ford dealership in Norwalk, Connecticut, 10 minutes from my house. And I sit down in the back seat, the back row, and 3 rows in front of me sits David Friedman. The composer who unknowingly shaped my destiny was sitting 3 rows in front of me in my own backyard. So what I learned was my heart wasn't leading me astray. My heart was actually course correcting me, but I didn't know it at the time. So this is what I've learned, to trust my heart, trust my inner guidance, that part of me that knows, and to not doubt it, even when outside it kind of looks a little wonky. So yeah, it was amazing. So a couple months after I met David and I were singing together and playing together, Listen to My Heart. And then fast forward 15 years, he is the composer to all of the music at Christina's Cottage. He is a very dear friend, and I found the most incredible purpose right now to making a difference in the lives of children and their families, and to be a steward of a better tomorrow. So I'm actually going to just see over this. Yeah. So what I've learned is our heart leads us and we don't realize. So you just have to kind of trust it. So when I finally let go of what I thought was the dream, my dream really found me. I finally let go, waiting around for one dream to come true. Finally said no. No more living as though there were nothing to do but search for one love. And if that love didn't come along, was I nothing? Was life nothing? I finally said, hey, get out of the future, start living today. I finally said, wow, there's so much to be thankful for right here and now, and I'm missing it. Missing the smiles of my friends, missing the beauty that lives all around me, and the sunsets and the music. I finally said, why keep reliving the past till the day that I die? I finally said, gee, if it's gonna be different, it's gonna be me who changes it. Me who lets go of the pain. Me who surrenders to this very moment, to the heartbreak and the sadness and the passion and the longing and the feeling. And then I went deep inside And there I finally cried for all of the wishes that never came true, and all of the great things I wanted to do, and all of the dreams that I never would know. And I let them go, I let them go. And I finally could say, if there's no more than this, I can still be okay. I finally can see that it's more than enough to be here, to be me, living every day. And when I was finally aware that when I'm alone, there's still someone there, and that someone is me, that someone is me, then I finally found peace. 'Cause then I finally knew that happiness comes from inside of me. And then, only then, I found you. I finally let go. I didn't fall. I flew, and so can you. Thank you.